2024 didn't just see a record-breaking World Championship season in Formula Sim Racing, but also one of the closest pro championships in history. Ultimately, it was the story of three men. The valet duo of Spain's Sergio Fletcher and Italian rookie Alessandro Maggio, and last season's runner-up Patrick Sevet driving for CMT Go Team Racing. However, it started in Bahrain with a fourth driver that beat them all out of the gate and stayed in title contention all the way through to the very end. My name is Edward Hunter and this is the story of the Formula Sim Racing Pro Championship in 2024. So, Scott Flack on the left, Fletcher on the right, and in pole position then. The Pro Championship is about to get underway here in Bahrain. The lights illuminating, and when they go out, the season will be underway. And it's a clean getaway for Sergio Fletcher, but it's Sevet who makes a lightning fast getaway and switches to the outside as they all blast towards turn one. Sevet gets around the outside of Scott Flack and now launches an attack on Sergio Fletcher for the lead and takes it then. Fantastic start from the runner-up last season, Patrick Sevet, as everyone seems to have gotten through the first pair of corners cleanly. Zux tries round the outside into turn four. This is a brave move from the Hungarian. Is he going to get enough room here? No, he goes off track and a little bit onto the gravel there. And he's still coming at Sergio Fletcher around the outside. My goodness, that is bold indeed. They're still side by side as they go into turn eight then. And the valet the mediums are starting to fade already. Sergio Fletcher gets a little bit sideways. Zux snatches second position then, and a fantastic battle, and the Super Venturis now licking their lips because they fancy a spot on the podium here. There's Rodger now up the inside of Maggio, who's hit trouble. The car certainly not as fast down the straight out of turn 10 as the Italian would like it to be. Here we go. Fletcher moves to the inside to defend from Thomas Smith. Smith's going to go all the way around the outside of him. At turn 1 and 2, they bang wheels. Fletcher gets really early on the throttle there. And they're going side by side still as they approach turn 4. Who is going to come out on top? It's going to be Thomas Smith then in this fight for what is now 5th position. Look at the straight line speed the Optiminal of Ruben Machete has. And once again, Fletcher has to get defensive, has to hold the inside, and that's going to compromise his exit ever so slightly. Look at the exit for Machete. Oh, and the rears stepping out slightly on the valet. Here we go, Machete to the inside. He's halfway onto the sand there, but he's up the inside going into turn 4. Crucial move for the Optiminal driver. And that's Ruben, the German, in to 5th position then. Here's a replay. Oh, they went 3 wide into turn 1 then. Oh, and that's Machete and Loic Moynier, and Fletcher being forced off track there, so a very, very hairy moment there. Yeah, he's behind Maggio. Oh, Maggio loses it. Oh, and Scott Flack has to come right to a stop. So both Scott Flack and Maggio have to awkwardly spin and extricate themselves from that. Sevet now switches to the medium tyre then. So could Thomas Smith inherit the lead here by undercutting massively out of the pit lane? Comes Patrick Sevet. There we go. Smith up to second, inheriting the net lead of the race. And Zux is right behind Patrick Sevet now. So it's well and truly game on. Oh, and a mistake. Smith goes off track at turn 11. And Sevet and Zux go through. Patrick Sevet then tries to defend the inside. Zux, here we go. Going for the lead then in Bahrain. Round the outside at turn 4. Wheel to wheel stuff. And Zux, just about holds onto the slide on exit, but he's going to be around the outside at 5 and 6 again. Fabulous move, and he's done it for the lead. That's the second time he's pulled off that move in this race. Patrick Sevet and Zux stay out for another lap here, and this is going to really help Thomas Smith then. Oh, here we go. Sevet using his hybrid push to pass, the energy to go around the outside of Zux at turn 1 and retake the lead then. As we go, Maggio spins in the 11-12 complex and pulls across ahead of his teammate Miganov. That's a little bit naughty there, but that really sums up Maggio's race. 5 laps to go. Patrick Sevet pulls to the inside, starts to swerve like a snake. The DRS opens and Zux is going to power through. He's up the inside and takes the lead into turn 1. Oh, and here we go. Thomas back round the outside of Fletcher, who defends the inside. But the DRS too powerful as all the rears on the soft tyres just struggling to get some traction down. But Zux has done enough. The Hungarian comes through the last corner for the final time and now only has to power towards the line, and it's going to be victory for Grand Effect. Victory in the opening pro race of the season
in Bahrain as he just holds off Patrick Sevitt by 0.6 of a second, and it's going to be a drag race to the line between Moynier and Smith, and it's Smith who just holds on. That starts their season off very well indeed. Fletcher, the pole sitter, drops to 7th, but just beats Barbakov. Unfortunately, a tale of woe for Maggio. He will take 20th.
So Zux took his first pro victory since 2021 in style from Sevitt after a fantastic battle. A strong start to the season also for Smith and Moynier in 3rd and 4th, but Valet got their setup wrong and ended up with a very slow race car, as Fletcher nonetheless did well to limit the damage in 7th. A nightmare pro debut for Maggio sees him spin his way out of the points, but he would soon strike back, taking his first pole position for the Australian Grand Prix.
So tension building here in Melbourne, the lights coming on. Maggio on the right, Fletcher on the left. When we go out, the second round of the championship will get going here at Melbourne. We are underway, and it's a decent launch from Alessandro Maggio. But look at Zux. He's trying to go around the outside of Sergio Fletcher into the first corner. Can the ground effect get through? Yes, he's given just enough space, and the pack rushes through the first 2 corners and towards turn 3. But look at Fletcher still fighting Zoltzux, trying to get back on the inside of the ground effect as Lloyd Moynier keeps a watching brief on the pair around the outside from Fletcher, who's given just enough room to sneak up the inside into turn 5. But Zux finally dives for the inside into turn 3 once more, just like he did on the opening lap. But once again, Fletcher just defends from the outside, gets the inside for the next corner. Zux did not quite have enough overlap. It was a late dive there and almost desperate there. He can feel the life in these softs going away from him, Ken the Hungarian, as he extends at turn 6 and 7 as much as he can. And that was not a good run. Here comes Luc Moynier on the hard tyres. They've held up well to the outside, which becomes the inside for 10. And he's through before they even reach turn 11. So Luc Moynier, superb management now, has put himself in the box seats and onto the podium. So, look at this. Zux trying to go up the inside at turn 3. And Moynier goes a little bit wide on exit, so is Zux going to be able to fight back? Gets well over the curb there and loses another position to Thomas Vax. This is really not working out, and through goes Patrick Sevitt, his rival for the Pro Championship. Sevitt up the inside into turn 6. So where does Sergio Fletcher re-emerge? It's going to be, there we go. Zoltzux is going to be alongside him. Can Zux undercut around the outside, a little bit onto the grass? No! He came in with so much more speed, but now he will have to get the slipstream into turn 3 then, and Zoltzux, who pushed so hard to get the undercut on Sergio Fletcher, is going to be denied here, pushed out a little bit wide again. Does not get much better for Zux. He's getting pushed out left and right here, into a scurry, right over the curb he goes. Dips a wheel on the gravel, so into Stewart. Fack got just enough overlap to dive. Locking wheels as well for Zux. Luckily, he didn't send Vac round, but that could have ended a lot worse for both drivers there. Sevitt gains 1 position. Fletcher now gets back out on track. Where is the Spaniard going to emerge? Behind his teammate Lucas Murno. And is he ahead of Christian Pascal? No, that's Single alongside him. So Single has jumped him. But of course is yet to stop. And collides with Rodger. And round goes Sergio Fletcher. So, and he's sideways on the track. Somehow avoided by Peter Knapp there, I think. Or did Knapp go around as well? I think everything's okay. Yeah, Knapp has lost his front wing. So disaster for Fletcher. Disaster for Peter Knapp. Sevitt then will have to go and make a run into 13. He's not got DRS, of course, because it's not open for that part of the track as Moynier goes a little bit deep. And that's all the invitation that Patrick Sevitt needs to go up the inside into Ascari. As Maggio, the master of Melbourne, takes victory with Patrick Sevitt holding on to 2nd position to take the championship lead ahead of Loic Moynier, who takes his first podium. Thomas Vac will finish 4th, 9 seconds down. Then it is Fletcher just holding off Zux, Murno and Harvig then in a close battle here. But Fletcher will be disappointed not to finish on the podium, but he will, as a consolation prize, just beat Zux.
A breakout win for Maggio launches him up to 4th in the points, 4 points ahead of his teammate Fletcher, who was left to rue the collision between himself and Cameron Rodger on the pit exit. However, it's Sevitt who takes the points lead from Zux after another 2nd place, with Moynier also having a strong run to 3rd. In the following round at Hockenheim, Valet would once more lock out the front row, this time with Fletcher back on pole.
round number 3, ladies and gentlemen, of the Formula Sim Racing Pro Championship here at the Hockenheim Ring. A track voted by the community is underway, and the race, a perfect start by the Super Venturi driver of Thomas Schmidt there, making the most of those hard compound tyres in the early stages. Looks to go to the inside of turn number 1, doesn't quite manage to work out for him. Sergio Fletcher then leads ahead of his teammate Maggio, going into the first braking zone of the race. So Thomas Schmidt actually is on the Red Bull soft compound tyres, which explains why he had such a good start and is why he's continuing that good stead on the inside of Alessandro Maggio into the Spitzker hairpin, gets it stopped fairly easily and gets himself up into P2.
And there goes Pasquale on the inside of Alessandro Maggio, and there as well goes Subek on the tyres, Harvig. So almost like this battle for seconds become a battle for third place. Maggio looks to the inside, so does Seven, and we're going to get 2 overtakes. Is there going to be contact? Maybe a bit of wheel banging from the pair in front, but the move isn't going to come off, unfortunately, just yet. Seven did get past Subek. Can Maggio try and find a way through? That is really, really aggressive from the Italian. And Subek, once again, wow, there's no team orders here, is there, Zach? This is nail-biting racing. Again, the DRS activation is 0.7 of a second. Here goes Seven. Oh, this is going to be the easiest overtake you're going to see all day, done before we even get into the corner. Schmidt does try a little nose to the outside, does try the switchback, but he's not going to get the traction.
We've got Arda Ertan just ahead of Sergio Fletcher, exiting turn 2. And if Ertan gets in the way of Fletcher for any longer than really a corner, Pascal can be right into the mix. So this is a vital overtake for Fletcher to make. Shouldn't be too difficult of one on some fresh softs, but the strategical dynamic of this race definitely has changed. Inside line for Fletcher.
Maggio, meanwhile, trying to look for a way through Matthias Harvig, and able to do so down into turn 1, but if he's smart and holds back here, he will have the DRS down into turn 2. Oh no! Touch! Maggio and Harvig come together. Confusion in the braking zone.
I could see what he was trying to do. He wanted to go for a late lunge, stay in the slipstream for as long as possible, but he left it far too late. The car did not respond, and he just went straight into the back of Harvig. Let's take a look as to what happened. Those Zukes experiencing some issues.
Yeah, potentially issues there. Let's see what's happened coming through. He's cam Rodgered it into the opposite wall there. What a shame for Zolt's suits. There goes Alessandro Maggio and Harvig as his teammate Miganov pushes off the Evo driver in front. He's almost within touching distance of his teammate ahead. And now, yep, here we go. DRS to the inside. Miganov does indeed let him through this time.
Patrick Sever, by the way, has moved his way past his teammate of Christian Pascal. This is how they swap. And look how far back he is. Straightening up the wheel, and you're probably about 300 meters away from the corner. Snaps out, and in fairness, I don't actually think Christian Pascal put up much of a battle.
Sergio Fletcher, it's been a fantastic performance. He wins here in Hockenheim. A brilliant race. It's Fletcher on top in Germany. The Spaniard takes the top step of the podium from the two go teams of Seven and Pasquale. Thomas Vac will just about hold on from Thomas Schmidt, who's lost it on the final corner. He's hit the wall. Can he get it going again? He's going to drop out of the top 10 potentially. He's just Thomas Schmidt has gone from 6th to 13th in one corner.
A first career pro win for Fletcher launches him up to 2nd in the championship behind perennial second place man Sevet. However, it was a painful round for Zux and Maggio, with the Italians' 4th-place penalty for hitting Harvig softened slightly by the free position given by Smith's last corner off. Maggio needed to bounce back, and he'd start by producing a magic pole lap at Singapore.
The starting sequence begins now at Singapore. So, pressure's on Maggio to make a good getaway here. The light's about to go out any moment now. And we are underway in Singapore. And Maggio looks like he's got a clean getaway. Fletcher's trying to defend from the free cars behind him. Smith goes round the outside to slot himself back into 3rd position. But it looks like Matthias Harvig is challenging championship leader Patrick Sevet for 5th position. And he's just about able to, Sevet was just about able to hold on there. But somebody in trouble there. And is that Patrick Sevet? They had a little moment there, seems to have sorted itself out now, but that certainly scared us on stream, didn't it, Terry? Yeah. And look, he's continuing to lag in front of Thomas Smith. Then, that looks like our championship leader in the wall there. Yeah, so that could be Sevet out of the race then. So Sevet was already on the outside, and I don't think Smith could really have avoided him there, but for the Slovakian driver, that's a bitter blow, because He was running in a pretty comfortable fourth position there. Maggio has pulled the trigger first. Into the pits comes the race leader. And where is Maggio going to re-emerge in the order? Zux goes through, Smit goes through. Maggio has already caught up to the back of Smit here. So this is interesting because Sergio Fletcher just 3.6 seconds behind has started. Oh, and now Maggio in the wall! Oh, my dear, I mean, he's lost his front wing, so that means Sergio Fletcher is going to come through and take the net lead of the race. Here we go. Oh, it was opening the DRS, you have to say. Maggio kind of did that to himself, didn't he? Can he go for a move where Antoni maybe won't expect it? He has to get right up behind, and that forces him wide as round goes Antoni. So, oh, a sigh of relief for Maggio. It's not him making the mistake this time. But Danny Van Den Eek up the inside, then he's got the run. How hard will Maggio defend this? Maggio's got the inside here. This is about to get very, very tasty. Terry, all around the outside he goes, and all contact. But look at this, Maggio's got the run on Matt Toussaint. Surely the Englishman will have to concede as there's contact made, and Toussaint has to go across there. Thomas Smit finally overcome Danny Van Den Eek, and here comes Maggio up the inside of his fan single. Has to brake very, very late indeed, and just about gets it stopped in time. And are we about to see Maggio be disconnected here? Because this is not looking good for him. Oh, there's him in the garage. There we go. It's given up the ghost. Our pole sitter, who had such a brilliant start to this race, that is an absolute crying shame to see him stationary in the garage, because this race promised so much for Maggio, and he's not even going to see the end of it. This is Fletcher lapping. Oh no, letting Pinataro back through. Interesting. Pinataro then immediately goes off track of Fletcher. Oh! There's a 360-degree spin there. Look at this, Moynier only a second down now. I don't know, I think if Moynier gets close in... Oh, Moynier spins! Oh my goodness, it was the kiss of death instantly. Just losing the back end for the final corner, and he loses the front wing. He'll have to do a whole other lap to get to the pits, and no, he decides he's going to take the shortcut and retire. Oh, and Six has a little dive, but that's going to cost him, surely. That was nearly a crash there. It is going to be Sergio Fletcher. 2 wins in a row to snatch the championship lead. It's Fletcher who wins in Singapore. 2 wins in a row.
An absolutely pivotal victory for Fletcher as he takes the lead in the championship on a day when Sevet and Maggio ran out of luck. But he so nearly threw it away with that late spin, only for Moynier to make an even bigger error on the penultimate lap, handing second place to Zux. With Maggio now being 41 points behind his teammate, surely his title hopes were over? Not if the Magic Man had anything to say about it. He took pole for Silverstone.
And the British Grand Prix in the Pro Championship is about to start in earnest. Can Maggio nail this getaway and lead from pole position? The light's about to extinguish any moment now. And we are underway at the British Grand Prix, and Maggio pulls across to block the path of Zult Zux as Murno and Fletcher go side by side behind. And is that Murno who's just going to hold on, but it's Sevet that has somehow almost jumped Fletcher there, but Fletcher fights back into the loop then. They're almost going 3 wide, Murno, Fletcher and Sevet then in the battle. Oh, as the front wing goes flying there, and that's fallen off on the ground effect cars. Whether Patrick Sevet's going to take the choice away from them entirely as he gets right in the slipstream, uses the DRS. Fletcher tries to use the DRS of his own to defend the inside at Stone. We've seen incidents here before, and luckily, disaster avoided them. And our 2 leaders in the pits.
Yeah, this is going to be crucial for Maggio to get those tires up to the optimum range as fast as possible.
Oh, and a Sevet jumped Fletcher. He has. There we go. Let's look at this. Zux trying to go around the outside with the DRS going a little bit off track. Will he have to give up position to Fletcher? No, they're still side by side. They bang wheels into club, and will Fletcher just hop over the curb there. But it's Zux through into the podium position there.
What has happened here? Let's watch Zult Zux here.
He's run a long way back. He's using a lot of battery, isn't he? Oh, Fletcher immediately darts to the inside to defend. Zux on the outside. They make contact. Oh, and then Zux has to go a little bit off track. He should get away with that one. But then up the inside. Then, he understeers almost into Fletcher through club there. That could be interesting here because Micah fighting away with Valistra on fresher tyres, but now Sevet on even fresher tyres at the rear of this train, immediately going around the outside of Micah at Brooklands. Will Mateus Micah leave enough room? Yes. He kind of has to, doesn't he? And now Sevet's going to try and make a double move. Valistra being caught as they approach Cop's corner. Sevet's got the inside. No point for Valistra fighting this one. Sevet then, making quick ground here on those fresh tyres.
Sevet now, send there.
Look at the space left by Oldenmenger there. Just look at Maggio already now within DRS of Oldenmenga. Will he die from a long way back here?
Sure,
So
he's using that battery.
up.
Oh, onto the bump as well. Gets it done though, just fine.
Very cooperative from Tom Oldenmenga. As we see Fletcher now all over the back of Matthias Harvig. Will Harvig fight? No, he will not. Evolution running their own race. Sergio Fletcher gets alongside into the braking zone and through into Brooklands. But look at the run that Sergio Fletcher has got through Brooklands. Here we go. He's got to make this move now. Around the outside and off track he goes. There wasn't enough steering angle to make that corner. He's Fletcher lapping 2 tenths a lap slower than Zux the previous lap, but look how much he's pushing out of Chapel because he knows this is the prime overtaking spot. Sevet dumps his battery, opens the DRS, breezes through into 3rd position.
Sevet's got a good run here. I think this could be it.
Yeah, here we go. So 11 lap old mediums versus 8 lap old soft. Here we go. Sevet to the outside as they go towards Stowe corner, right onto the curb. It's maximum risk. They touch, and around goes Zux. And going off track goes Sevet. This is what we were fearing might happen then. Zux rejoins ahead of Sergio Fletcher. Here is a replay of the move then. Sevet to the outside. Was he far enough alongside? Oh, it was a bit 50-50 there.
Can Fletcher get it done, or is it too late now for him?
A little bit slow. Here we go. Zux is going to be vulnerable as Maggio coming through the final sector to win the British Grand Prix any moment now. Here comes his teammate Fletcher to the outside. This is going to be risky. Into Stowe. He tries to cut underneath. Oh, and almost hits the back of him, but Maggio about to cross the line. And victory of the British Grand Prix goes to the Magic Man, goes to Alessandro Maggio in a superb performance. Patrick Sevet takes his 4th second place of the season, and it's Zux who will hold on to 3rd ahead of Sergio Fletcher then.
Maggio handled his soft tyres superbly in the final stint to take his 2nd win of the season and climb back into the top 4. Sevet closest to within 2 points of Fletcher with yet another 2nd place after the Spaniard suffered damage during his battle with Zux, who was 12 points behind him in the championship. Sevet then upset the Valet pole streak by taking his 3rd pro career pole position in Imola.
And who is going to get the best start? Will it be Sevet on the right, Fletcher on the left, and Maggio lurking menacingly behind in 3rd with Zux alongside him? The start light sequence is going to be imminent, and then we will be underway here at Imola. Oh, and it looks like one of the irises near the back of the grid did not get going at all, but it is Sevet that leads the way into turn 1. Maggio tries to dive up the inside of Fletcher as on the Evolution cars goes off track. That looks like Oldenmenga, who drops behind his teammate Harvig then. Fletcher takes the lead. There we go. Sergio Fletcher just has enough overlap into Tamburello. He was using a lot of battery, wasn't he? Look, in 8th gear, here he comes. And to the outside there, Patrick Sevet almost wasn't expecting it, and then it was sort of caught napping, essentially. Oh, so a little bit on the grass. It's Villeneuve, he understeers off into the gravel. And a momentary lapse of concentration, and that was all it took to open the window for Patrick Sevet. Now the DRS opens. Now Fletcher tries to find his moment. The door opens on the inside, and through goes the Spaniard, the championship leader, back into the lead of this race that he lost just a few moments ago. And here we go, but Sevet is using the DRS to try and fight back then against Sergio Fletcher, who feeds Patrick Sevet into his teammate Maggio here. So Maggio trying to get himself into play here, trying to go around the outside into Villeneuve. That is brave, and he's done it there. Oh my goodness, and somehow he makes the exit there, but Sevet is still alongside into Tosa there. It's wheel to wheel, muscling each other out, and Sevet is going to try and get the run. The traction on the outside, who's going to try and complete the move into Piratella, but Maggio has got the inside, uses a bit of push to pass, and it's a Valet 1-2.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Mistake from Fletcher, and up the inside goes Maggio. Oh, and they touch wheels. But it's Alessandro Maggio that takes the lead, our 3rd different leader of the race then. Here we go. So, over the curb. Oh, and it was too much over the 2nd part of the curb. He goes flying, spins his wheels on exit, and oh, there we go. He almost didn't leave enough space for Maggio, did he?
I was just about to say it. It's just as you said. Everything is now kicked off as... Oh, no.
Here we go. Retaliation. Fletcher allows himself back through then. To be fair, Maggio didn't put up too much of a fight either.
Oh, as now Maggio also has the DRS. Oh, could Antoni be a factor in all of this? Is he going to come out ahead?
There is Fletcher. Surely, here we go. He's just going to jump him. There we go. Maggio retakes the net lead of the race. Now in the DRS of Sevet, as both of them are getting a tow from Mancini in front of them. Mancini pulls all the way across to the left, but here comes Moynier gets a brilliant run there with his own DRS, but not enough space to slot up the inside into Tamburello there. This is Maggio closing on the back of Vac, sorry. And Vac, is caught halfway down the straight, surely not able to respond. And Fletcher is going to be upon him soon as well. Is there going to be enough space here to dive around the outside, almost onto the grass there? Vac just about sees him in time there. So risky move for Fletcher, but the championship leader, he needed to do that to stay with Maggio. Somebody hit trouble ahead of him. That's not Valistra, is it?
It's like Moynier, I think.
Dear. So, it's Moynier and Sevet going for the gravel, and Moynier with no front wing. So Moynier's hit the back of Patrick Sevet.
What happens here? A good run for him. Must have been going for the move.
Here we go. He lost it. And then slammed into the wall. And look at Sevet spinning more than 360 degrees down the straight there.
This could be the difference between the win or loss, you know.
At the moment, if these two pit, they would come out behind Bar, and they're swapping positions. There we go. Maggio pulls to the inside to let Fletcher through. Here we go. Zooks up the inside of Sevet. Sevet is absolutely defenseless, and that's a much cleaner move than the one Moynier tried to execute then.
But this is going to be the crucial one now. Is Stoyan Barbakov going to come out ahead of any of these? And
he's in between them.
Maggio. Yeah.
Jumps Maggio then. So crucially, Fletcher is ahead. But Maggio, the big loser then. Surely Fletcher, who gets a very good exit here on those soft tyres, is just going to be through like a ferret up a drain pipe then into Tamburello. He's got the inside, plenty of room left by his championship rival. And Fletcher up to fourth. Here comes DRS wide open. Fletcher is up the inside. Oldenburger knows he's got no chance of holding the Valets at bay. They are a force of nature today. Fletcher sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:18.4. And Oldenburger, here we go. He's going to be well and truly caught here as Fletcher passes Valistra for second then. He's absolutely flying at the moment. 10 laps to go. And Maggio now up the inside of Oldenburger, demotes him to fifth place then. And it sort of made things straightforward as Maggio has a little think about diving up the inside into Tosa, but has to reconsider. Because I think the problem is Maggio knows he's going to be losing time behind Valistra all the time here. He's going to try a brave move into Piratella. That's ballsy. Up the inside he goes. Maggio onto the final step of the podium. Zook's trying to break the toe here, but he knows Sergio Fletcher is coming for his lead here. Fletcher will have to go the long way round. Here we go. Zooks doesn't push him onto the grass, leaves enough room. Side by side they go, and Fletcher takes the lead into Tamburello. Then we are getting close to the end of the race. Here we go. Round the outside of Sevet goes Daniel Miganov. And Miganov takes advantage of Sevet's damage. And this is a brave move. He can pull it off into Piratella. And Sevet surely got to back off. And indeed he does so.
Yeah, this is his final shot, if anything. There's not that many overtaking spots here. He's too far back. Zooks might actually have it now. It looks like the...
breaking the toe. That's late from Maggio, and they tangle. And both of them go straight on there. Championship leader Sergio Fletcher, who has driven things superbly from second on the grid. He has taken the lead and never looked back then once he passed Zooks. It's Fletcher that wins here in Imola at the San Marino Grand Prix, and that extends his championship lead. Zooks holds on to second position despite a late kamikaze dive from Maggio that didn't quite pull off.
Fletcher takes his third win of the season to extend his championship to a 16-point lead, as Valet take their fifth win in a row, but another mistake from Moynier damages Sevet's car, meaning he crawls home to sixth, and Zooks' defense against Maggio means he moves up to second in the championship by just a single point. Unexpectedly, it would be Smit who would then take his first pro pole ahead of Sevet at the following round at Istanbul Park.
We've got Smit on the right, Patrick Sevet on the left. Who is going to get the best getaway into turn one? And the Turkish Grand Prix is underway, and it's a beautiful launch from Thomas Smit, but it's Maggio going up the inside and tagging Patrick Sevet in the side there, and it looked like Fletcher went off-road as it's gotten very chaotic. Lalu has gotten himself up to third, so it's a Super Venturi 1-3 at the moment, and Valet have self-destructed here. Maggio is fourth, but where is Sergio Fletcher? He is down in ninth position here. And is that Scott Flack going around the outside of Maggio for fourth position? Indeed it is. It's the start with Maggio. So talk us through this, Terry. I think Maggio makes a brilliant getaway and then barges into the side of Sevet and gets knocked into Fletcher. Oh no, it was Fletcher that hit.
Fletcher, yeah, he tagged Sevet and lost it into Maggio.
Here we go. So yeah, it was a bit of a dive, and then Fletcher lost it, and that forced Maggio to take avoiding action there. But Fletcher, the big loser there. Look how many cars got through on the outside there. As big crash. But here comes Alessandro Maggio to the outside of Scott Flack in turn 12, and Flack is struggling to get it turned in there, and Maggio sees an opportunity and just absolutely goes for it there. Beautiful driving. Here comes Tom Oldermenger again, challenging Sergio Fletcher with the DRS. How risky is Tom going to be? No, because there's Scott Flack on the outside, and they make a double move. And Scott Flack is once more shuffled down 2 more positions. Just look at this, Oldermenger. Fabulous move on the soft tires, passes Sergio Fletcher, but this could be Patrick Sevet's chance then. The Slovakian well in the toe. He's going to pull out to the outside. Smith forces him along around, but Patrick Sevet is going to snatch the lead here, unless Smith breaks later than late into turn 12, forces himself alongside here, and he's going to try and hold on to the lead there. Fantastic defense from Thomas Smith. Sevet, here we go, round 2. He's alongside much earlier this time with the DRS, and now there's nothing Thomas Smith can do to hold the Go team at bay. Patrick Sevet takes the lead then. Here comes Maggio. What tires, crucially, does he switch to? Remember, Fletcher. Oh, no, he just missed the pit box there. Did you see that? He was a few centimeters short. Yeah. Switches onto the medium tires. And could that well cost him? Fletcher is going to be coming out alongside before too long. There is Sergio Fletcher, right behind, actually, Tom Oldermenger. But here's Maggio on the back of Moynier. Oh, and he makes it look very, very easy indeed, like taking candy from a small infant. As there we go, Pascal comes out alongside. Is that Fletcher there? And he's ahead of Sergio Fletcher, so this has really not worked out for the championship leader. Who's going to risk it round the outside into turn 3, and that could give him the inside. Oh! And there's a spun Super Venturi. Is that Scott Flack? It is Scott Flack, and they do incredibly well to avoid him there. This is Sevet, who is pit. They come out right behind Moynier, and he's going to be, go around the outside of Moynier, and that's Thomas Smith right in front of him. This has been a fascinating strategic encounter here. And by hook or by crook, Sevet's going to muscle his way round the outside of the final corner. And Saracino and Zux pit from the lead now as well. So this puts Maggio into the lead of the race with Smith second. Sevet, was holding on to third, but Moynier launches up the inside into turn 1. And this is really holding up Patrick Sevet now. He needs to be right with Smith and Maggio at this phase. And that's not happening at the moment, as Moynier refuses to yield round the outside. Fantastic from the Frenchman.
And they're still
going a bit
side
off
by
track.
side.
Goes Patrick Sevet, but he's got the move done. And Maggio on a lap older tyres than Smith. Whoa, and Moynier's around at turn 8. Let's look at this. Here comes Fletcher up the inside of Tom Oldermenger, and this time gets his own back on those medium tyres. Oh, Pascal closing on Sevet here. This is fascinating and letting him through as well. So Christian Pascal goes up to 3rd place. This could be him committing to a free stop potentially. He's up the inside. Goes Christian Pascal. Huge overspeed. Is Smith going to try and hold on round the outside into 12? That could be the inside for 13. And tries to push all the way to the outside, Christian Pascal. But the Italian has the line, has the traction that he needs. So Oldermenger will get a go. Andrzejewski first. And then Fletcher will try and follow through. As Maggio pits from the lead of the race. Andrzejewski gets well out of the way of both of them. And now Fletcher wants to pass Oldermenger for what feels like the 3rd time in this race. Oldermenger holds the middle of the road, forces Fletcher to take the more circuitous route, and now have to dive up the inside into 13. But Oldermenger keeps his foot into 14, and round the outside goes Sergio Fletcher there. Excellent fight these two have put on for us today. Fletcher ahead as they cross the line, but he's going to have to go the long way around. There we go. And now Fletcher is all over the back of Harvick, who is trying to help his teammate out. Harvick on the hard tyres, remember. Here we go. Fletcher is surely going to breeze around the outside. It's going to be a fairly straightforward move. And indeed, Harvick lets his teammate Oldermenger through. Smith, Sevet, and maybe Pascal are trying to, as we see. There we go. He's got the run this time that he needed on Smith. Smith had to concede there quite early on as well. So I wonder if a bit of push to pass deployed by Patrick Sevet there. But this time, Maggio has got plenty of speed, plenty of opportunity. Round the outside he goes. And Zux has to sort of tuck to the inside. Like 37 of 49. Look at Maggio just twitching on the exit through 10. Into 11 we go. He's right behind Patrick Sevet. This is crucial then. Needs to limit the amount of damage Sevet can do to Fletcher in the Drivers' Championship. Maggio all long through the DRS, and Smith trying to go up the inside of Pascal as that's happening. 11 laps to go then. Maggio all over the back of Thomas Smith. He's going to try and go up the inside, uphill into turn 3. There we go. Decisive move from the Italian. Look at this. Up the inside already from Patrick Sevet on Thomas Smith. And Smith is shuffled back to 4th position then. Here comes Maggio for the lead then. To the outside with DRS. And this time it's going to be much more straightforward. Maggio snatches first place with just 6 more laps to go. Pascal will move over for Sevet for the sake of the Drivers' Championship, as here comes Fletcher up the inside of Saracino with the DRS. And was there a bit of contact there? And here we go, Fletcher. Oh, a dummy move on Salt Zook's up the inside, but he's gone too deep, and Zook slots his way back past then. Right on his tail, the DRS will open once again. A very similar exit from the pair, then Pascal will close with that powerful DRS. The Go Team driver getting closer. Here we go. He's going to go up the inside then into turn 12, and Pascal with 1 more lap to go snatches away the lead from Alessandro Maggio. And it's going to be Go Team's first win of the season. Christian Pascal out of the final corner now. The Italian takes his first victory in FSR Pro and weaves across the line in jubilation. And why shouldn't he? What an absolutely excellent drive to beat the odds and outfox them all. Maggio holds on to second position. Patrick Sevet is going to take third to close on Sergio Fletcher in the lead of the Drivers' Championship.
Christian Pascal puts in a superb drive to win from 6th on the grid to move up to 5th in the points, but Maggio and Sevet still gained ground in the championship by finishing on the podium, as this time it was Fletcher's turn to finish 6th, stuck behind Zook's after a tricky first corner. His lead cut to just 9 points over Sevet. Valet would seemingly resume normal service at Spa as Maggio led a front row lockout, but Spa-Francorchamps had other ideas.
Maggio and Fletcher on the front row. The two Valet eSports drivers, they're trying to win the team championship. Can they do it? The lights are gone here in the Pro Championship, and we're racing at Spa for round 8. 38 laps are underway, and we've already got instant off of the line. Someone going into the pit lane wall, just off of the getaway phase, but Maggio and Fletcher, they're away. They're through that phase, and they are leading 1 and 2. They've got to be careful, though, because Thacker is trying to come up the inside on the medium tyre. Jukes as well on the soft. He's gone aggressive off the line, and he looks like he's trying to work his way up towards the front of the field in the opening couple of laps. But as they get over the top of Eau Rouge onto the Kemmel straight, it's Maggio and Fletcher 1 and 2. Jukes challenging for P3, and he's inherited P3 on the opening lap. We'll see how Alessandro Maggio got off the line, but it looked like it was a decent getaway from both of the guys in the front row. We rolled back.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can see the roll back. Obviously, it is extremely, it's quite tight uphill going into the first corner. Obviously, to get onto all 3 of the pedals, not too many people have hand clutches. So to balance getting on the brake, on the clutch, and on the throttle as well, very, very tricky indeed. He was the only one that rolled backwards.
Yeah, I guess it is a bit of a... Ooh, and that was Sevet. It looked like he got a tap there, but he very well may have done. Having the issues, just getting away off the line.
Into the pit lane, we've got Sevet as well. Interesting. Well, that's from the race start drama.
Possibly so. I mean, we've got 3 of the drivers in, which kind of means that we've now sorted ourselves out in terms of the penalties. Straight through there, you can see from Patrick Sevet. No pit stop done for him, so clearly a drive-through being served. Whether he ends up going aggressive, if that's the spin, and that's Murno going around.
We'll see Murno up, getting beached, basically, on that curb on the left-hand side, coming through Malady.
Stoyan Barbikov, and here he is, coming through the final couple of corners, don't tell me he's hit the pit lane.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Pulled the wheel.
There's a wheel gone. Even further ahead, and not Sergio Fletcher though. Oh, he was squeezed, wasn't he? That was a very aggressive line, getting 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 love taps into the corner, and oh, that looked a little bit less like an accident, that final tap, I think.
We'll take another look. That is some very aggressive. That is poor. So it's very aggressive defence. Very poor from Christian Pascal. The final bit there is just the 2 cars being out of control. That squeeze and the contact in the apex there is absolutely unacceptable. In
real life, I believe they got rid of it. The slipstream coming into full effect for Maggio. And that was not even a competition. That's like stealing candy from a baby on Halloween.
Berserkin's going to go back for a move on Fletcher, of course. So keeping that one up. Here comes Sevet going for a move on Mercedes. That'll be a nice easy one with the slipstream and with the DRS. Up now into 8th position.
Oh, hello. That is not what we wanted. That's Sergio Fletcher. Fire pouring out of the back of the championship leader's car, and this could be absolute disaster.
Surely he's hit the wall on the left, same as what we saw a little bit earlier on in the race with Barbikov. Yep, it's exactly the case. This is the whole thing with the Spa pit entry that I've never fully understood. Why are people trying to take that extra couple of centimetres? It doesn't make that much of a difference. You're talking the difference between thousandths of a second versus retiring from the entire race and potentially costing yourself a championship. There's contact there. Maggio trying to get around the outside. As here comes Urchin for the move.
Yeah, DRS, goodbye, he says to Vac, and DRS will be enabled, none for Shoots. He's so close to the rear end, he'll have to slip him up the hill. Will he even be passable? The DRS is enabled, wouldn't put it past him. We'll watch it from Shoots' point of view as we see Maggio fly through, and that is no competition. And Patrick Sevitt, penultimate lap, can he make this move on Mikinov? He would love to pick up an extra couple of points in his championship challenge, maybe put himself into the championship lead, and Patrick Sevitt inherits 6th. He's going to come through the bus stop chicane for the final time. Darragh, fully deserved. He wins the FSR Pro Championship race here at Spa-Francorchamps. His first win and his first podium of the season, with Thomas Vac and Alessandro Maggio in behind. Patrick Sevitt is 6th and Mikinov 7th.
Darragh takes a shock victory for Iris from 9th on the grid on a day when all the title contenders stumbled. Maggio and Sevitt suffered from drive-through penalties. Zux was on the wrong strategy, and Fletcher made the biggest error of all, crashing into the pit lane wall. The result is that Sevitt takes the lead in the title race by a single point, with Zux closing to this 3 points behind, and Maggio now 12 points behind. At the Circuit of the Americas, the Italian took his 5th pole of the season from the returning Alex Lahou.
So let's hope here, as the lights come on, that everyone gets to the first corner in one piece. The pro race here in Texas about to get underway. Blast off, and it's a brilliant getaway for Patrick Sevitt, who pulls to the outside of Alex Lahou, but up front Maggio has got a clear run into turn 1 as Fletcher trying to take advantage as it's getting very, very mixed up. Round goes, I think that's Barbakov, that spun to the back of the grid in a huge crash. Oh, as Fletcher has a little think about a move into turn 12 and launches himself over the curb there. So a little bit too aggressive from Fletcher. Is Zux going to punish him for that? No, he's just a car length behind, too far back to take advantage of that one. But a scary move for Sergio.
Oh,
Zux
no!
dives! I spoke too soon! Our title contenders tangle, and Fletcher just about survives that assault, but that has not gone to plan. And Lahou defending from Patrick Sevitt for 2nd position. This is crucial for Team Iris and crucial for Sevitt in his quest for that first Pro Championship. Diving up the inside, that's almost a Zolt Zux style move as he clobbers onto the curb. Lahou runs wide, and these two are holding each other up. He was fighting for 5th, but there round the outside goes Patrick Sevitt, who's finally found an opening in the defense of Alex Lahou. Up the inside into 13. Lahou is still there on the outside. Fletcher waiting in the wings. Lahou's going to try and hold on the inside into turn 15 here, and he gets the wheel tangled with the Go team there. It's full risk from Alex Lahou to hold on to that 2nd place, but it's Sevitt that muscles his way through. So it does make sense as now Smith is about to see Alex Maggio dive up the inside of him into turn 1, and the Magic Man is back into 2nd position now. But into the pits comes the championship lead, and he has to make a very tight turn to reach the pit box because it's the very first one, and he's still not reached it. This is losing him loads of time, Antoni.
What is going on here? Is this the broken
Zanini was suffering, wasn't it?
Oh, no!
And there goes his teammate Bill, just hitting the side of him for good measure because he was expecting Sevitt to already be serviced.
Not good news for the championship leader, who is not even close to the pit exit, and he's already behind all of the cars that matter. But he's behind even Zux right now.
As look here up front, Sevitt now has caught up to Zolt Zux and is going to dive to the outside at turn 12. How much will Zolt Zux defend here on the inside on those medium tyres? Oh, he's got nothing. Patrick Sevitt just rockets through before Zux even knows what's hit him.
I don't know. This is too much, Matt. It's too hot
and
here.
There we go. Trying to go to the inside at turn 15. Lahou, the rears are really complaining. Maggio's going to pull to the outside. How brave is he feeling today? He's feeling incredibly brave. He's going to go all the way around the outside at 17 and 18 and makes it through into 2nd position. I think Smith is probably more thinking about Zux in particular. Lahou's going to be quite quick as well, so Fletcher and Lahou are going to fly through here. And indeed, Sergio Fletcher, the Spaniard, gets back up to 3rd position, so it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do. Another set of hards to the end, maybe, as Fletcher. Surely this is going to be like taking candy from a baby with that DRS, giving him the run into turn 12. He's got the inside, and Patrick Sevitt is shuffled back down to 3rd then.
Sevitt now on the inside of Thomas Smith.
Zux, isn't it? There we go, and Zux stays in the slipstream, yes. Actually gets a very good run on the way towards turn 12, so this is not going to be as easy as Patrick Sevitt thought. They both got DRS, presumably from a car in front of them.
Yeah, he's not making this easy for him. At the end of the day, this is one of Zux's championship rivals. He's not going to make this any
almost
easier
forcing him
than
off
he needs
track
to.
there, Zolzurks. But look at this. Sevet has kept his foot in, as trying to take the inside, and this is just costing both of them time here. Patrick Sevet senses the championship lead slipping away here, but he gets around the outside. Fletcher and Smith both pit at the same time. Oh, and Fletcher is ahead of Patrick Sevet. That's crucial for him. So looks like Maggio has won.
Maggio has already
and that's his third victory of the season for Valley Esports. And as Sergio Fletcher comes around, it's not just going to be the Drivers' Championship lead that he retakes, but the Teams' Championship as well. Valley are officially your 2024 Pro Champions in the FSR World Championship. Patrick Sevet loses the championship lead, but does hold on to third.
So Valet wrap up the Teams Championship, but the Drivers was still wide open as Fletcher went into the finale just 2 points ahead of Sevet, setting up a winner-takes-all scenario. A third win of the season means Maggio is just 7 points behind, and needs to win with Sevet and Fletcher no better than third to steal the title. 13 points behind after 3 races off the podium, Zux needs a miracle to take the title. For Maggio though, the stars align as Thomas Vack qualifies just behind him on the front row ahead of Sevet and Fletcher.
For Maggio, this is extremely high pressure because the championship, potentially he can steal it. It is just beyond the reach of his fingertips, but there are 45 laps separating him from ultimate glory, and potentially Patrick Sevet and Sergio Fletcher, if either of them can get ahead of Thomas Vack into second place here, could change the picture entirely around on them.
Yeah, we're going to have to see who gets that launch off of the line pretty quickly. They're not going to have too much time to react, and of course, going down into turn 1, this could be interesting.
Right, so the lights coming on for the final pro race of the season, the title decider on the line here, and it's blast off in Japan, and Maggio immediately pulls to the middle of the road to cover off Thomas Vack. Sevet now defends from Sergio Fletcher just behind him. They all rush through into turn 1, the 18-car strong field, and it's Maggio that still leads away. It would be Alessandro Maggio overcoming that 7-point gap to Sergio Fletcher and the 5-point gap to Patrick Sevet then, with Zux of course starting the race behind all of them by 13 points behind Fletcher and about 5 points behind Maggio, if memory serves. But there's a move going on for second. Sevet gets up into that crucial second position with the DRS on Thomas Vack into turn 1, and now Patrick Sevet is in a title winning position there. So here's how Fletcher got through with the DRS. So he got very, very close to Vack, put him under pressure, coming out the Casio Triangle much closer than his previous attempts, and this looks like it's going to be very straightforward then, just sweeping around the outside, Darragh.
Yeah, very easy move when you really think about it in the end.
Into the pit box he comes. Is Sergio Fletcher going to jump him? Is Sevet going to stay ahead? A crucial pit stop. This is where it went wrong at Circuit of the Americas, but here he hits his marks perfectly, puts the hard tyres on, and rockets away out of the pit lane. It's a short run before he gets to the line, but Fletcher's going to come through, round the outside, and take net second in the race away from Patrick Sevet. So once more, the Slovakian has got it all to do. So that is interesting. Is Fletcher being a bit too conservative though, because look to the outside, Patrick Sevet into the Casio Triangle, and it's our 2 title contenders side by side through the chicane, and Sevet's made it through and into a title winning position.
Did Sergio Fletcher back off here? No, he didn't. It's just the pure speed that Patrick Sevet had that just enabled him to have that outside line. Sergio Fletcher, you can see him trying to break a little bit deeper, surprised at the pressures to go to the car. But in the end, nothing that he can do.
Surely that's mediums that are coming on Sevet's car now.
And they are indeed. So let's see how this goes with the yellow wall tyre for Patrick Sevet. There goes Maggio. There goes Fletcher as well. Yeah, and let's just watch this all the way through, because this is going to be such a ridiculous battle. There's the move to the inside from Sergio Fletcher, defending for all his might. He's going to have to do this lap after lap. Nearly loved that from Patrick Sevet as well.
Just 3 more laps left to go, and has Sevet got anything more to throw at Sergio Fletcher? And what can Fletcher do in defense here? They're running so low on push to pass at this point. If they've said anything, now's the time to use it. Sevet goes to the outside and almost loses it at 130R. Oh my goodness me. And Fletcher holds on, but there's another DRS zone coming, and Sevet's going to go for it.
This is as close to 7 speed, I think, as they make their way down in towards turn 1 once again. The DRS will be enabled. Fletcher's going to surely have to defend to the inside. Will he have enough, though? Will he have enough speed as they make their way towards the opening corner? Sevet on the outside line. He's all the way trying to...
Oh, they hit each other!
Contact, but I think Sevet's going to hold it.
Oh my goodness, Sevet all the way around the outside of Sergio Fletcher, and he's into second position, and that's the title. That's what he needs to win this championship. So it all blows apart at the end, and Sergio Fletcher, he did such a good job, just overwhelmed, just ran out of those hard tyres with just a couple more laps to go.
We'll see the moment that he had at 130R. This is probably the move that's decided the title. But look at the moment he had coming out of this corner. He made the move, of course, the first time round down here, but getting all out of shape, didn't know when to go left, go right, and in the end, just holding it on.
Yeah, that was nearly Sevic crashing out of the race there at 130R, and we've seen it happen so many times in both real life and in SimRacing. It's such a fearsome corner, but because he held on, because he was close enough, because he used his push to pass right here at this moment, that gave him the run he needed. And Sergio Fletcher, there was a little bit of contact just about there, but he was actually quite fair on the inside. Sergio Fletcher could have run him out much wider, but he played it clean, played it fair, and Sergio Fletcher, he fought as hard as he could, but he had to concede.
Maggio's driven an absolutely superb race all the way through, fully deserves this win today, but it's just not going to be enough to win the title. But for Patrick Sevitt, somehow he's going to be the no-race champion. Oh, no-race win champion, I should say.
Indeed, yeah, it very rarely happens in a FSR Pro. Usually the champion gets one win. Here comes Maggio, though. He's done such a fantastic job to even be in the championship. He comes round, and it's going to be his 4th win of the season for the Magic Man. He hits the wall to celebrate with the valet team, and what a fantastic performance by him. But the champion is going to be Patrick Sevitt from Slovakia. It's another championship for Go Team. For Patrick Sevitt, he goes one better than last year. Second place is enough for the title, and Sergio Fletcher will fall agonizingly short and get overtaken with just 2 laps to go.
It doesn't get much tighter than that. Despite taking no victories, Patrick Sevitt takes the championship by a single point after a superbly bold overtake in the closing stages on Fletcher, who held on for so long but was cruelly denied. And let's not forget Maggio, once more peerless up front, who completes one of the greatest comebacks of all time to equal and beat his teammate on wins. Zux ended up 20 points adrift after a tricky run to 5th. Thomas Vack beat the other Thomas, Smith, to 5th in the points after a solid run to 4th. Pascal ended the year level on points with his teammate Barbakov. Tom Oldermenger recovered from concussion to climb back up to 9th, whilst the luckless Moinier fell to 10th after his title bid self-destructed. In the Teams Championship, it was a dominant display by Valet to add the Pro title to their 2022 Academy Teams title. Go Team was 64 points adrift in 2nd, Grand Effect overhauled Team Iris for 3rd as the Greek squad missed the final round, Super Venturi had their best pro season since 2022 in 5th, Hyperion eSports beat Evolution by a single point thanks to Vank's 4th place, Netrex were 8th as Optiminal were 9th.